It's kind of an experience in the senses. Eyes, there's wildflowers blooming everywhere and a large open space to see far. The scent, the smell of grass and the wind, even the sounds of the wind. There's all types of prairie birds calling and insects. The Rice Lake Plains area it's a unique habitat type. When people think of Ontario, they don't often think of prairies or savannas, but indeed we did have quite a lot here to begin with before European settlement, but we don't have a lot left now. The prairie type habitat in the savanna, it just doesn't exist in a significant way anymore in Ontario. This is one of the few sites where it's in any way intact within the whole province and Great Lakes region as a whole. So each site within here is pretty important in that regard in terms of unique biodiversity. There's also quite a connection to the land with the people here because these habitat types, the savannas and the prairies, they needed people to keep them that way. They are sort of a man-made ecosystem through the fire that the indigenous people would start. The woods and the scrub, they'll quickly fill in the space if there isn't a fire regime going on. Next thing you know, your savanna or your prairie is a shrubland.
The Rice Lake Plains is a group of organizations that are working on a broader ecosystem level to try and work together for a common good. It's really just a kind of a collaborative of organizations that are working for the same goal to conserve like this, incredible ecosystem. A lot of our work means that we're, removing invasive species by hand. So it's basically gardening on a 160-acre plot.
I'd like to see other people in the surrounding communities just come here and experience it. See the flowers, see the birds. And I think once that is done, there'd be a greater connection to the land. We got all kinds of trails. You can go from the prairie to the forest in a matter of minutes. It's not every day that you get to walk through a savanna or a prairie in Ontario, at least. And I think that when people realize that, they'd be more interested in protecting it as a whole and restoring it where it needs to be.